We're going to have a hearing tomorrow in which the Intelligence Committee is going to present the evidence.
So you will be hearing evidence about the Mueller investigation and report during tomorrow's, what you're calling a trial?
We'll be hearing the evidence that the Intelligence Committee reports to us, and we'll see what that includes. We'll bring articles of impeachment, presumably before the committee at some point later in the week.
You know, just a few weeks ago, their talking point was bribery, bribery, bribery. They're now admitting they can't prove a crime, they can't prove a law was violated, and here's why. Any president, any administration is justified in investing corruption.
Do you believe Ukraine meddled in the American election in 2016?
I do, and I think there's considerable evidence.
You do?
Did President Trump ever explain to you, tell you, why he was holding up U.S. military aid to Ukraine, an ally that was and is in a current war with Russia?
Well, look, I'm not going to get into that. There's obviously an inquiry underway. The bottom line is most of that aid got out on time, and at no time did it have any impact on United States national security.
Do you think that this should be broadened out beyond the issue of Ukraine?
Well, again, I'm not going to get to my internal discussions with my colleagues, but I will say that I think we should focus on those issues that provide the greatest threat to the country. You have a president who is continuing in the malicious conduct, out on the White House lawn, still saying he wants Ukraine to help him in the next election with these sham investigations, inviting other countries like China to do the same thing. Rudy Giuliani, even this week, is in Ukraine furthering this plot.
The fact that we can't get to the truth of this matter because Giuliani is not willing to testify and the President of the United States is holding back witnesses that can give the American people insights into the true breadth and depth of this corruption.
But it is weird that he's over there, and I'm grateful that very soon after I made those comments on CNN, the president put out a statement that said that Rudy Giuliani does want to come into Congress and explain his role.
Are you sure that the Democrats now have the 216 votes they would need to impeach this president?
I think there is no question that the evidence that has been developed during the course of this investigation or this inquiry is overwhelming and uncontested. And I fully expect that the vast majority of the members of Congress from the Democratic caucus will accept that evidence and will move forward with articles of impeachment.
And you look back to 1998, Jerry Nadler, our chairman, was saying that it was ripping votes asunder to pursue a partisan impeachment, and no impeachment would be legitimate if it was primarily supported by one party and opposed by another.
You are willing to impeach the president with no Republican votes, correct?
We are going to impeach the president. If we're going to impeach the president, we will impeach him on adequate and urgent grounds to defend our democratic republic.
And if there's no Republican votes, so be it?
It's up to them to decide whether they want to be patriots or partisans.